Welcome to a brand new episode of Kuse News, the place where you're going to learn more about the latest news, the latest features of Kuse, your AI-powered workspace. So, I'm very thrilled to introduce you to our newest exam paper agent and our editor. Let's dive into it. Okay, so the first feature I want to show you is the exam paper agent. Basically, this feature allows you to input your exam paper and obtain another one that matches the style, matches the structure, but with your own content. Let me show you how it works. So here I have already uploaded my exam paper. Now, all I have to do is select it, and you're going to see that it will appear here in the input. Then I go on Agent, select Exam Paper, and for example, I can ask for a harder version of this exam. So I will just ask it to create a more complex version of this exam. Whoa. So we have obtained our new version of the document, and as you can see, it matches the style of the previous document, of the source document. In this case, we have all the answers, the questions, and all the sections that match the PDF. And this document is ready to be downloaded. But we can also make things more interesting. In fact, you can decide to have an input that influences the final document. So let's say, for example, that I have another PDF and I want this content from this PDF to become a part of the new test. Then at this point, all I have to do is input it and ask the system to generate a new one. Let me show you. Okay, so I just uploaded this PDF about the solar system. What I'm going to do right now is to summon the agent and ask it to create an exam paper that matches the style of this document but has the content of the solar system PDF. So I select them. And here it is, our new exam paper. Now let's get this out of the way. And as you can see, now we have an exam paper that is about the solar system. But we can make things even more interesting. To create this exam paper that you're seeing right now, I inputted a video on feminism, and I asked it to create another exam paper, but about the content in the video. So as you can see, let me zoom in a little bit. So as you can see, the video influenced the content of the exam. Now let's move towards another example. This exam paper over here that you're seeing has been influenced by the results of one of my researches on Kuse. In this case, I did a research about renewable energies, and I asked the system to create an exam paper that is about renewable energies. Now let's talk about the editor. Because let's face it, even the best artificial intelligence in the world might create an output that you may want to modify somehow. So let me introduce you to the editor from Kuse that will allow you to modify documents, web pages, graphics, and more. And to show you how it works, we're going to start from the exam paper that we have just created. So all you have to do is select the document that you wish to modify, and you're going to see some icons that appear on the top section. All you have to do is select Edit, and you're going to access the editor. Once you get here, you can perform multiple operations, such as modifying the text, for example. So I can change the text terminology. This was correct. But you can also work on sentences. So for example, let's say that I want to change the sentence. Of course, I can manually write it, but I can also ask AI to give me a different sentence just by inputting what I want. So, for example, in this case, I'm going to ask it to give me a more complete sentence. And as you can see, it provided me with a more complete sentence. Not only that, but as you can see here, I can select the single sections and I can move them across the document. Of course, having the name and the class and the date in the middle of my text is not a good idea. So what I can do is just go back and things are exactly as they were. This is not it. As you can see here, you can also change the style of the font, but you can also change its color. You can change the color of the font, but you can also give it a nice background. Well, no, this is not very nice. You can change the dimension as well. And when you're finished, all you have to do is click on Save and Exit. And Kuse is going to create a new version of the document ready to be downloaded, shared, or whatever you want to do with it. As you can see, you can download it as a PDF, as HTML, as we have already seen. When it comes to downloading a PDF, layout issues can be tricky because you never really know if the formatting is going to hold up or if something is going to break at a critical point. So fortunately, this is easily solved with the preview feature, and I'm going to show you how it works. All you have to do is go on the edit button once again, and if you look at the upper left corner, you're going to see here a toggle called PDF preview. Just activate it here. Okay. And when you activate it, a real-time preview of your PDF is going to appear here on the right. See what I mean? Now, with this feature, you can fine-tune the layout on the left and immediately see the changes reflected in the preview on the right. So, for example, we see that here we have a broken layout because you see the logo clearly is broken. So, all we have to do is select this section and pull it down. Okay, voila. Here we have it. Now, once you're happy with all the changes, all you have to do is go on Save and Exit. Of course, you can do this throughout the whole document. Once you're done, you go on Save and Exit. And here you have your new document. It's going to appear ready to be downloaded as a PDF without any surprises, only pleasant surprises. But that's not it. With Kuse, you can edit all web pages and anything that comes out of the visualizer. Let me show you. This is a web page that I created for a menu. Let me show you the full version. Here it is. Now let's say that also in this case, I want to perform some modifications. All I need to do is go on Edit. And as you can see, the same editor opens up. And it will allow me to change every single section of this web page. So just as I have shown you previously, I can change the text. I can vary sentences thanks to artificial intelligence. I can also move sections. So for example, let's say I want to move this section over here and I want to put it up here. I can do it. Yeah, it also looks better. But what I love is that you can also change images. And not necessarily, I mean, of course you can upload a new image from your computer, as you can see here. But what I love is that you can generate images express right on the spot. So let me show you. Okay. So let's say that I want to see a swan in a pond. I just write it down. And the system will start generating two variants and allow me to select the one that I prefer. There you go. All I need to do is select my favorite one, and the system is just going to put it in replacement of the old image automatically. Here it is. Moreover, I can also decide the layout. So, for example, I can have the whole image within the frame. It can be extended, fill in the whole frame, apply any kind of modification that I like. Let me give you a couple more examples of how far we can go with Kuse's editor. This is the web page of the research I performed earlier about renewable energies. All I have to do is ask Kuse to turn it into a web page, and as you can see, it has organized all its information. I am already in the editor, so just to show you that also here I can edit the single parts. I can change the title. I can, for example, change the descriptions. But let's say that I don't want to rewrite the description, but I want to add emojis. Then all I have to do is ask it to add emojis to the text. So the bottom line is that once you have AI on your side, you can really get creative and use it in any way that you want. Maybe I want to know more, or I want it to elaborate more on this paragraph. So make this description more comprehensive. Yeah, that's a lot more comprehensive, of course, but it's just to give you an example. I can obviously modify or move the single sections around. So let's say I want to put this here. It also looks good. But let's also say that, for example, I decided that I want to change the titles, and for this reason, within this table, I need more space. Then what I can do is have a wider column to have a bigger description. It's just a matter of testing. Your imagination is your own limit. With Kuse, now you can create beautiful outputs, usable outputs, and you can really refine them to get exactly what you're looking for. When you're done, all you have to do is save and exit and go back to your Kuse canvas. And you can also use the new editing feature on images as well as the research that you perform on Kuse. Let me show you how it works. It's super simple. Let's start from the fun part. Images. So just select the image that you wish to modify. You select edit. Now, as you can see here, where there is this circle, this is a brush. The brush allows you to select the part of the image that you wish to edit. So for example, I want to turn this cake into laptop. Place a broken laptop on the floor. Okay, here it is. We have this laptop with a cracked screen and these two worried ladies. As always, once you're done and you're satisfied with your changes, just click on Save and Exit, and you're gonna get the new version. Okay, now let's move on to our cards. So the results of the research that you do through Kuse. Now you might recognize this one as it's the research on renewable energies that we used for the exam paper agent. In this case, all I have to do, once again, is click Edit. I'm going to access the editor. I can, as you can see, just place myself where I want to add or remove text, but I can also do something else. Let's do something more sophisticated. For example, let's say that I want a longer paragraph. So at this point, I can ask Kuse to just develop it. So what can I say? Develop this sentence. Tell me more. Tell me more. Let's see. Okay, so as you can see, in this case, Kuse further developed the sentence and gave me more information about the topic. But that's not the only thing I can do. Another curious thing that you can do is apply links. So all you have to do is select the part where you want to apply the link, click on it, paste your link, or you can directly write it and add it. At this point, you're just going to have the link incorporated to your document. Of course, once you have done with the rest of your modifications, and when you're satisfied with everything that you have done, all you have to do is save and exit. And this is the wrap up. Now, all you have to do is go on Kuse.ai and try these new features because these are all live and they're all waiting for you to be tested. And in case you don't have an account yet, just go on Kuse.ai and create a free account. And in case you have been wondering how we've been creating some of those eye-popping visuals, like the menu, or the images, well, just go to the previous videos and you're gonna learn everything there is to know about the visualizer. There are examples, there is a whole walkthrough, a whole breakdown of the processes, so that you can enjoy creating your own deliverables. Until the next time, goodbye, stay creative, and remember, chaos in, genius out.